Hi everyone, this is Norma with All My Crochet, and today I have another tutorial for you. This is the pattern here, or the dress I should say. That's what it looks like in the front. Turn it around and that's what it looks like in the back. Again, I have not sewn any buttons on it yet, but at the end of this video I am going to sew buttons on so I can show you guys how to do it. I know I have a video in my playlist that shows you about sewing it, but I'm going to do it again so you guys can see what I use, okay, and how I do it. Nothing big, nothing spectacular, but I'm going to show you how I do my buttons for the dresses. So I have this one in pink, and I have this one and this green. I think this is the yarn that I got from the Dollar Tree where I did the haul on. It's that forest, I think it's called forest green or something. I don't know what it's forest. And I used it for this one. Now, this yarn is very nice to work with. It's very soft, and I like it better than Red Heart. Red Heart can be very coarse, but this one from the Dollar Tree is really, really nice to work with. I really like it. Then I also made this dress here. Nice fall color. And there we go. So let me get the materials and show you what we're going to need to make this dress. So today I am using Premier Just 1 pound. This is the one from the Dollar Tree that I did the haul on. It's $5 at the Dollar Tree and you get 982 yards. It is 100% acrylic, and this color is called Garnet, and it's a size number 4 medium weight yarn. Okay, so the crochet hook we're going to use, I'm going to use a crochet hook size H, which is a 5mm hook. And this is optional. You can also use a 5.5, and this will be later on. We're going to start off with the H hook, but if you want to switch to make the dress a little bit wider towards the bottom, then we're going to switch to this 5.5 crochet hook I. You need 2 stitch markers. If you're a beginner, I suggest you use the stitch marker so you can mark your place, and a darning needle to sew in your ends, and of course scissors to cut the yarn. Okay. So to start, we're going to use the H hook, the 5mm hook, okay? And we need a chain of 32, which I already have right here. Okay, so we're going to start now our row number 1. Now this chain is not counting as a row. I do not count the chain as a row. Okay, so we're going to do, in the next 5 stitches, we're going to do a half double crochet. So we're going to skip that first stitch, okay, and then go into that second stitch. And in that second stitch, we're going to work a half double crochet. So skip one, go into the second one, work a half double crochet. So you're going to yarn over on your hook, insert the hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. That's our first half double crochet. And then we're going to put the first stitch marker in there so you know where you started. Okay. So now we have 1, like I said, we're going to work a total of 5 half double crochets. So that's number 1. Go to the next stitch. That's number 2. Next stitch. 3. Next stitch. 4. Next stitch. That's 5. Okay. So now in the next stitch, we're going to work 3 half double crochets all into the same stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. 3 half double crochets all into the same stitch. Then we're going to work another 5 stitches, a half double crochet in each stitch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Next stitch, 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now in the next 7 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. So go to the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Next stitch, we're going to work 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. All 3 into one stitch. Next 5 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next stitch, we're going to work 1 half double crochet. I'm sorry, we did our 5 half double crochets there. Next stitch, we're doing 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now in the next 5 stitches, we're going to work 1 half double crochet in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're done with row number 1, and that's what we have. After row 1, you will have 39 stitches. So this is the back of the dress, the side of the dress, and this is the front of the dress right there. So we're going to start on row number 2. Okay, so we're going to do a chain 1, turn our work, and in the next 6 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. So this is our first one of the row, so we're going to put our second stitch marker right there. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, next stitch, we're going to work 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Next 7 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next stitch, 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Next 9 stitches, a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Next stitch, 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Next 7 stitches, a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So next stitch, 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Next 6 stitches, a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and where the stitch marker is number 6. Okay, so we're done with row number 2. So after row 2, you will have 47 stitches. So let's start row number 3. We're going to do a chain 1, turn our work, and in that very first one, we're going to do our first half double crochet, put our stitch markers back in, and now we're going to do 7 half double crochets. That one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next stitch, 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 9 stitches, we're going to work a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the next stitch, we're going to work 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. So now in the next 11 stitches, we will put a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Next stitch, 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Next 9 stitches, a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. In the next stitch, 3 half double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the next 7 stitches, a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, not doing a half double crochet. I don't know what I was doing there. That's 6, and then take out the stitch marker. And that last one is number 7. So that's what we have right now. And at the end of row 3, you will have 55 half double crochets. So let's start row number 4. Again, we're going to do a chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to work 9 half double crochets. This is number 1. Put our stitch marker back in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so now we're going to form the armhole to the dress. So after we did our 9 half double crochets, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to skip 11 stitches, and in the 12th stitch we're going to do a half double crochet. So we're skipping 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And in the next stitch we're going to work a half double crochet. Okay, so that just formed our armhole right there. So now we're working in the front of the dress right here, and we're going to do 15 half double crochets in the front here, and the one we just did is counting as 1. So we need 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so now we're going to form the second armhole. So after we did the 15, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, we're going to skip 11 stitches, and in the next one, the 12th stitch, we're going to put a half double crochet. So skipping 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In the next one, the 12th stitch, you're going to work a half double crochet. And there's your second armhole. So now across this way, we're going to half double crochet 9 in each stitch, in each 9 stitches, a half double crochet. So that one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to take out the stitch marker, and that is number 9. So we're done with row number 4. That's what we have for row number 4. After row number 4, you should have 43 stitches. Okay, that's including the chains for the armholes. So now we're gonna start row number 5, and in row number 5, all we're gonna do is put a half double crochet in every stitch all the way to the end. So we're doing a chain 1, turning our work and starting our first half double crochet. So we have one right here, putting the stitch marker right back in, and then we're going to work all the way across. I just want to work with you through the armhole here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Now if we remember, we ended with 9 in the previous row. So right now we have 8 in it. It looks like there's only 8, but actually that 9th stitch looks like a chain right here, but it's right next to it. This is number 9 right here. Okay, so be careful with that. Now you should still have 5 chains here because we chained 5. Okay, so now it can be a little bit difficult to work in these chains because it's kind of like flipping over the other way. So what I like to do is kind of take this chain and kind of push it towards me so that you can see the stitches. So right here we have 1, so we should have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is the 5th one right here. So we have all our stitches. So we're going to continue going all the way across to the stitch marker and working one half double crochet in each stitch. So I'm going to continue to do this, and I will meet you at the end of this row. And you should still have 43 half double crochets. So I've completed this row. This was row number 5, and again row number 5 should have 43 half double crochets. Okay, so we're done with row number 5. Now we're going to get into the stitch that we're going to be doing for this dress. Okay, so we're going to start row number 6. Going to do a chain 1. We're going to do 1 single crochet. Put your stitch marker back in. Okay, now we're going to skip 1 stitch. So we're going to skip 1 stitch, go into the next one, and we're going to work 1 single crochet. And in that same stitch, we're going to work 2 double crochets. So 1, and then another double crochet. So you yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and that's a double crochet. So in the 1 stitch, we have a single crochet and 2 double crochets. Okay, now in that first set we only skipped one stitch. Okay, now moving forward we're going to be skipping 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the next one we're going to be doing a single crochet again and 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, so that's what we have, a single and 2 doubles. Skip 2 stitches, next one, in that third stitch, single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Skip 2 stitches, next one, single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Next 2 stitches we're going to skip, next one, single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Okay, skip 2 stitches, in the third stitch in the next stitch, a single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So this is what we're going to do for this row. Skip 2, then we're going to do a single crochet and 2 double crochets, all into the same stitch. Skip 2, next one, single crochet and 2 double crochets, skip 2, next stitch, single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Skip 2, next, single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Skip 2, next one, single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Skip 2, single and 2 doubles, and we're almost at the end. Skip 2, single and 2 doubles, 1 and 2. Okay, skip 2 in the next one, a single and 2 doubles, 1 and 2. Okay, so we have one more stitch left. That's where the stitch marker is at, and all we're going to do in that stitch is do a single crochet right there. So that's what we have. So we've just completed row number 6, and that's what it's looking like. Let me turn this around so you can see. Okay, so now we're going to repeat that same thing we just did for row number 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now to start the new row, we're going to do a chain of 1, and in that first stitch we're going to do a single crochet. We're going to skip 2 stitches, so 1, 2. So right here it's actually the stitch where the single crochet was from the previous row. So we're skipping 2, 1, 2, and in that next stitch we're going to work again a single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So again we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and in that next stitch right over here where that single crochet was from the previous row, we're going to do a single crochet and 2 double crochets. So we're going to repeat this same thing all the way to the end, and we're going to do the same thing all the way through row number 10. Okay, so again, skip 2, next stitch, single crochet, and work 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Skip 2, next stitch, single crochets and 2 double crochets. So I'm going to continue this and I will meet you at the end of the row. Okay, So we're working, actually that was 5, 6, this is row 7 we're working right now. So we're going to keep repeating the pattern, and I will see you at the end of the row. So here we are close to the end of row 7. So again, I'm skipping 2, 1, 2, and then I'm working my single crochet, and then 2 double crochets, 1, and then 2. And then we're going to end it where the stitch marker is at with a single crochet. And I forgot to put my stitch marker in the other one, but that's okay. There you go, single crochet to end it. So we're going to repeat the same thing. We're going to do a chain 1, turn our work, start with a single crochet, skip 2 stitches, do a single crochet and 2 double crochets. So we're repeating the same thing we've done for the past 2 rows, and we're going to do it until we have up to row number 10. Okay, so right here we're starting row number 8. So we're going to do it until row number 10, and I will see you at the end of row number 10. So here I've completed row 10, and this is where we're at right here. Let's turn the dress around so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so now moving forward, we're going to switch to the hook size I, the 5.5 hook. Now, what this is going to do is just going to make the stitches a little bit bigger, so it's not going to make much of a difference, but it'll be a little bit wider, you know, at the bottom of the dress, or from the middle to the bottom. It's not going to be, believe me, that much noticeable, but just slightly. So I'm switching to crochet hook size I. Okay, so we're going to start now. We finished round 10, so we're going to go on to round 11, and we're going to slip stitch into this first stitch right here. Now you probably had your stitch marker in there, so we're just going to slip stitch in there to close the dress. That's all we're doing. Okay, so now we're going to do a chain of 1 and then where we did the slip stitch, we're not going to put a stitch in that same one. We're going to go over to the next stitch, which is a single crochet right next to it right here. So this is where we slip stitch and did the chain 1. We're going to go over to the next stitch, and we're going to do just a single crochet. Now if you want, put your stitch marker back in there, just so you know where that first stitch is. Okay, so again, we're going to repeat the same stitch. We did our single crochet, and now we're going to do 2 double crochets, and we're going to do that all the way around. Okay, so we're going to skip 2 stitches again. 1, 2, go into the next stitch and do our single crochet, and then 2 double crochet. And it's basically repeating the same thing that we've been doing. So 2 double crochets, that's the second one. Skip 2 stitches, 1, 2 in the next stitch, single crochet, and 2 double crochets. And I'm going to continue doing this for, again, this is round 11. And I'm going to continue to do that, and I will see you at the end where the stitch marker is at, or close to the end there. So here we are close to the end, and I'm going to skip 2 stitches, and in that next stitch we're going to do our pattern stitch. We're going to do a single crochet and 2 double crochets. Okay. And we're going to take the stitch marker out, and you really don't need this anymore, because from here on we're just going to keep going around and around. So again, we're going to put it where that first stitch marker was at right here. Okay, now remember, this was that I guess that slip stitch that we did in the previous row. We're not going to do anything with that. We're just going to that single crochet right here next to it where we had the stitch marker, and we're going to do again a single crochet and 2 double crochets. And we're going to keep repeating this all the way around. Same thing. 2 single crochets, skip 2 single, next one, single crochet and 2 double crochets. Again, skip 2, the next one, single crochet and 2 double crochet. So I'm going to do this, and again, when I get to the other end close to here, I'll come back and explain the rest of the dress. So here we are close to the end, And as you can see, we're just going to continue going around and around with the same pattern. Skip 2 stitches, go to the next stitch, do a single crochet and 2 double crochets. Okay, so that's what we're going to continue to do all the way to the end of the dress. Now let me tell you how many rows I have here. So on this dress here, I have a total of 21 rows from the first row to the to this part here, not including the edging. Okay, so there's 21 rows here. So this is where we closed it. This is where we closed it, and that was round number 10. Okay, so then what I'm doing is counting. Okay, so that's round number 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 rows. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it up to 21 rows. Now again, it all depends on you, on how long you want this dress, how short you want it. You don't have to do 21. If your tension is bigger than mine, you might need less rows. If it's tighter, you might need more rows. It's all up to you. I would recommend to try it on your doll, see how it fits, see how you like it, and go from there. But we're going to continue doing the same stitch and the same pattern all the way till you get to the length that you want. I'm going to do it up to row 21, and then I will meet you at the end to show you how to do the edging here. Okay, so again, we're just repeating the same thing, skipping 2 stitches, and in the next stitch, single crochet, and then 2 double crochets. Okay, so when I have around 21 rows, I will meet you back here, and we're going to close it close to where this opening is, all the way at the bottom when you have 21 rows. But when I get to that point, I will come back and show you what I'm talking about. So keep crocheting until you get the length that you want, and then stop somewhere close to the opening here when you get to the rows that you want to do. So again, we're going to skip 2 stitches, next one single crochet, and 2 double crochet. If I can get it, that's 1 and then 2. Okay, so I will see you at the end of row 21. So here I am close to the end. Okay, I've already done my 21 rows, and the way that I count, like I said, is this where we did the slip stitch to close was row 10. So after that, I'm counting row 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Okay, now I stop right here at this point right here, because where the middle is, where the opening is right here, if you go all the way down, it's close to right here. Okay, not quite, it's a little bit off, but that's okay. So what we're going to do when we did our final single crochet and the 2 double crochets there, now we're going to do the edging. So we're going to go skip 2 stitches, and the next one we're going to just do a slip stitch to close this round. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Let me show you in the front how it's looking like. Okay, and now we're going to be working on the edging. Okay, so we closed with the slip stitch. Again, this is the where we did the gathering or the closing of the rows, and then just going down. It's not quite in the middle, but it's right here to the side, and that's what you want. So now we're going to do the edging. So we did a slip stitch, so we're going to chain 1, and in that same space right there, we're going to do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's what we have. And then we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the next stitch we're going to again do 5 double crochets. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to repeat the same thing all the way around. That's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, chain 2, next stitch, or I'm sorry, skip 2, next stitch, 5 half double crochets all into the same stitch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're going to repeat that all the way around. You're going to end up here with 5 double crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch to that first one, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. So I'm at the end here, and I did my 5 double crochets, and then we're just going to slip stitch to that first double crochet right here, and do a chain 1, and we are done with the dress. We're going to cut this off right here, and you're going to sew in your ends, and let me show you what this dress looks like right here. The bottom of the dress. This is the back of the dress. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to gather my materials for the buttons and show you how I sew the buttons onto the dress. So I'm going to do that for you. So let me get my buttons and my needle and thread, and I will be right back. Okay, so these are the buttons I'm going to use. Now I got these from Hobby Lobby on clearance for 99 cents. And it's just a bunch of different color buttons here. So I picked out 2 buttons. These are them. And then I have my needle and thread. In my jar, I have a little jar here. I do have more thread, but right now all I could find was black. So I'm going to be using the black needle and thread to sew the buttons on. Okay, so now let's put that one here. I'm just using 2 buttons. I'm going to sew a button up here and one down here, and I think that should be good enough. Now again, the button needs to fit through the stitches. So this button is a small button. Let me put that back here for a minute. This is a small button, so this should fit through the stitches. So I sew the buttons on this side, and then the button should fit through the stitches on this side, as you can see. As long as it fits, you're good. Okay, so I'm going to take my button, and this is your first row. I'm going to go to the kind of in the middle of the second row right there, and I'm going to put the button there, and then I'm going to put another button down here. So basically all you're going to do is, I already threaded my thread, and all you're going to do is sew it, and I just put it right here anywhere. Get this on here. Okay, so this one only has the 2 holes, so that's all I'm doing is just sewing the button on. Very easy, very simple. That's all I do. Nothing big, nothing special. You can use whatever you want. You can use snaps, or they have like little hooks if you want to use one of that. But again, I just do a basic button, and that's it. So you want to do it a few times and make sure your thread doesn't get caught like mine is getting all caught up in here. Okay, I'm just doing, this is the last one right here, and then I'm going to cut it off. I passed it around maybe 3 times. You can do it 3 or 4 times. It's totally up to you. Okay, and then all I do is in the back here is I grab a stitch. Just like that. And make sure this doesn't tangle up, because it is tangling up a lot right here. Okay. Then I'm going to put it through here. Through that loop there to kind of tie the knot. Just make sure it's not all tangled up back there. There you go. And then I'm going to cut off. And I'm going to show you. Okay. So there we have our first button. And then all you're going to do is, this is the top, just put it through one of these post stitches, you know, any stitch there, and it should fit. perfect. Okay, so then you're going to do the second button, and the second button, I'm going to do it a little bit lower down here, so that when it closes like that, and it should be good enough. Now I'm going to do the second button off camera, then I'll come back and show you how it looks with both buttons on. So this is what it looks like. Now you can use 2 or you can use 3 buttons. I think 2 is good enough. So then again, just going to put it through one of the stitches on the other side. Same thing with this, just put it through one of the stitches. As long as the button fits through the stitch, then you should be good. There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I love hearing from you guys. I love reading your comments. Sometimes I don't get to them as fast as I should, but I do appreciate all your time. I appreciate you guys watching my videos from start to finish. That really helps me out in my channel, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. You guys have a great day. Thank you.